Do you want to use the ninja video, or do you want to use the soccer one that I just sent you?
I haven't actually downloaded the soccer one yet. I just got the
Okay.
link this morning. Can we possibly use it next time?
All right. It'll be a week old by then. That's fine.
Uh,
It's all right.
yeah. Again, sorry, I haven't downloaded it yet. I just got the link this morning.
That upload was super fast.
How big was the file?
I'm trying to remember.
Oh.
It's only 3 minutes.
We're live, by the way, guys. So,
Hi guys.
yeah, don't badmouth all of our trolls and such.
Like I always do, huh? 118 megs.
It's not bad at all.
Faster than my last apartment.
What do you have in your new place?
It's NTT Flets, but the last apartment was VDSL. This
Oh.
one actually has a fiber optic cable running into the apartment.
Ooh. Into the apartment?
Yeah,
Really?
they ran it through the phone jack.
Wow. I mean, I've heard of fiber to the curb, but I've never heard of fiber to the room before. That's pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh? That's been around forever here.
Really?
It depends on what kind of apartment you've got and what the landlord will allow.
Huh. I was just kind of assumed that it was fiber to at least like the exterior of the building, and then they had copper just to your individual apartments.
Oh, there are a couple of different setups. Like your apartment's probably wired with LAN cables, right?
Yeah.
You've got Cat5 cables, so that's probably about the same. But that apartment, that old apartment I was staying in Tokushima, they actually wired the fiber optic cable into the apartment.
That's pretty cool.
And then my last apartment, they wired the fiber optic cable to a box in the first floor, and from there it used the building's phone wires to go to the apartment.
Ah. All right, so Tua Marino's back from the store, so I guess we can start the show now. Did you get us anything? It's going to be 2 minutes till he hears, and then another 2 minutes until he responds. All right, guys. Well, I guess we can start the show in just a few minutes. If you have any questions for us, please, drop them in chat, or any comments comments regarding anything we're talking about on today's show. Please drop them in chat. We're probably not going to be able to respond to those during the show, since it kind of takes our full concentration just to get through it. But yeah, after the fact, we'll definitely take a look and stick around to chat with you guys for a bit and answer any questions and address any comments that you may have. Hey, if you guys want to find our show notes with links to all of the articles we are going to talk about, you can find it at badcommunicationjapan.com. And you can click on the link. It's in the top that says show notes. And lo and behold, you will find the show notes. We're probably not going to get to all of the stories today because there's quite a few of them. But yeah, a lot of interesting ones. And, if you'd like, you can read them at your leisure. Or leisure, whichever you prefer. All right, let me just go to the capture. All right, and let me pull up the graphic. All right, just give me a 3, 2, 1 countdown whenever you're ready.
In 5, 4, 3. Today is August 5th, 2013.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Bad Communication Podcast.
From Nishinomiya, I'm Andrew Hawkins.
And from Tokushima, my name is Hiroki Matsauchi.
And from Tokyo, I'm Alex Kobayashi.
Excuse me, and today we are proud to announce the future release of our upcoming feature film, Netcast Otokos, I guess.
Yay.
Yay, hooray. Netcast Boys, I guess, is the best translation. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode number 155 of the Bad Communication Netcast, the video netcast all about Japan, and some pretty poorly translated Japanese movie titles. How are you guys doing on this lovely Monday morning, Sunday
Great.
evening in the States?
Pretty good.
How was the game, man?
Fun.
You actually went to see live sports in Japan.
Yeah, what a loser thing to do.
I
I recommend it.
Really? Who did you see? It was Cerezo Osaka against,
Cerezo Osaka versus Venfrei Kofu.
which is
Kofu is Yamanashi Prefecture.
Cerezo lost, didn't they?
Cerezo lost 1-0, yeah.
Yeah, it was still good.
That's all right, though.
It's about the
You can't
experience.
win them all.
Cerezo is what sport again?
Soccer for you Americans and football for everybody else.
Yeah, pretty popular. Was there pretty good attendance? Again, I've never been to a sports game in Japan, let alone a soccer game.
Actually, yes. Kind of surprisingly, because Kansai is baseball country, or so the reputation goes.
Was DJ Police there?
No, DJ Police was not there.
Damn.
There was a guy with a megaphone getting the crowd all riled up, though.
So I heard DJ Police has kind of become a big thing. He made another appearance at some other sports event, along with female DJ Police. Did you guys hear about that?
No.
There's a new one.
Yeah, there's a new one. Yeah.
I remember the DJ Police got some sort of commendation for his performance.
for his DJery.
He handled the crowd superbly well.
What was that for? That was like the.
That was
for-
Japan had won the qualifying game for the World Cup.
Right.
Next year.
Right. That was up in. Was that Shibuya or something?
Yeah.
The scramble.
Yeah, any professional sports game in Japan, though, especially soccer and baseball, the crowd is incredibly spirited.
Yeah.
Way more than American sports, I find.
Really? But less so than like the Brazilians and the Colombians.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Really?
I know in Brazil you get killed for doing bad things at a soccer match.
Yeah, you posted that story. That was that was brutal, actually.
Actually, that particular story, I think it turned out that there was some sort of mafia connection going on.
Oh, geez, I was cringing as I read that story. Yeah.
I guess I have to explain the story now, huh?
Well, don't go into too much graphic detail because it involves like
Okay, well, it was an amateur
quartering
soccer
of a
match.
human being.
It was an amateur soccer match in Brazil, and I guess there was another story that would say it turned out it was two rival gangs that were trying to decide some sort of dispute by having a soccer match. And what happened is the ref made a call against a player, and the player didn't like that call,
Gosh.
and so he punched the ref. The ref pulled out a knife and stabbed him to death. And then the other team's players rushed the pitch and just basically tore the ref apart, literally.
Yeah, well, I mean, the way the article describes it as he was quartered, which is a term that I didn't think existed outside of medieval Europe, but
When I first read this story, I was like, "Dang, soccer is serious business in Brazil." But then it turned out that there was some organized crime going on too. So
I kind of turned my stomach a little bit. Anyway, let's move on to happier news. Let's move on to some more wonderful news, as it will. Wonderfest happened last weekend.
Oh, this is a story. Hey.
I don't know. Could you tell us a little bit about Wonderfest? I don't know.
Yeah, it's actually a Wonder Festival and OneFest for short. It's a figure / garage kit convention that's held in Chiba, I think twice a year. And all the big figure companies, anime figures and I guess movie figures and superhero figures companies, they all route together and show off their new figures. And also 2/3 of the convention is more like indie hobby, I guess, figure creators that have their own little booths. And it's like Comic Kit for figure enthusiasts.
Wow, there's a lot of Shingeki no Kyojin here.
Yep, that was probably the highlight of this summer's OneFest.
Look at that. So Figma and Nendroid are doing Shingeki no Kyojin figures.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. I love the giant muscle titan. I kind of want one.
Which one, the Nendroid or the Figma or the actual blow-up balloon?
All three of them, actually. The blow balloon is giant, isn't it?
It's 1-1, I think.
Really?
Yeah,
So how
scale size.
how big is the head of a 60-meter giant? It's got to be huge.
I didn't notice at first, but the company is Good Smile Company,
Uh-huh.
and the entire booth was actually a recreation of the walls from Shingeki,
Oh, no way.
and that's why the Titan's head is actually popping up and like staring at you from
Right,
the
right, right.
inside.
This is really cool. Yeah, this is like a figure collector's dreamland. Ooh.
Yeah, lots of fun. You can check out my blog for all the pictures I took and also the video coverage I did as well on Subtokyo.
I have it up on screen. I hope you don't mind. I'm scrolling through the pictures. God, you took so many pictures. How many pictures did you take? More than 100.
I think
200?
I posted 300-ish,
No way.
but that's pretty average. Maybe less than average.
Wow. Well, check it out, guys. It's subtokyo.blogspot.jp. Did you buy anything?
I didn't find anything that really caught my interest this time.
Really, that Mikasa figure is kind of cool. Kind of cute.
Yeah, that one wasn't out yet. A lot of them
Ah.
are on display,
Right.
and I think there was just one of the windows that was actually the limited figures that were being sold at the Good Smile booth.
Oh, that's awesome. God, all the good stuff happens in Tokyo. And and Osaka, of course. Anyway, guys, moving on to our next story. This one comes to us via Rocket News 24, and it's all about kind of some of the funny Japanese translation of movies. I guess it does kind of cut both ways, going from English titles to Japanese titles, and vice versa, for movies and video games. But apparently, recently...
And I'm looking forward to this Busman movie.
Busman, yes. Okay, okay. Did you guys get down to the bottom of the list? The last one was hysterical, but we'll get to that in just a second. So apparently 20th Century Fox officially apologizes for Napoleon Dynamite's crappy Japanese title. So, to make a lot of these titles a little bit more accessible to the Japanese, entertainment consumer, they changed the titles because a lot of them just don't make sense in Japanese. Napoleon Dynamite, it's kind of a cool and quirky title in English, but if you wrote that out in katakana, people would have no freaking clue what you're talking about.
Does it make sense in English?
No, I guess it doesn't really make sense in English. But, yeah, well, anyway. So, apparently, the Japanese title of Napoleon Dynamite was called Bus Otoko, which literally means, like, bus man, I guess.
Why? I don't remember Napoleon Dynamite that well, but
I think there's one scene in the very beginning where he's on a bus. I think that's maybe where it comes from. But yeah, they even changed the cover of the film, or cover of the box art, to make it more appropriate to the title. And there is actually a reason for this. Apparently, that same year, or in 2006 at least, there was another movie and book and television franchise called Densha Otoko, which I do remember hearing and reading about, which is really, really, really popular. And it was kind of an effort to capitalize upon that. But finally, after many years, 20th Century Fox finally relented and is changing the title to a katakana version, which is, what is it? Napoleon Dynamite, something like that.
yeah, I find
Does
that
that
most
fix
movies
anything?
are katakana versions. It's surprisingly boring.
Oh, really?
But
It's easier to find, don't you think? Well, I mean, for me, it
Yeah.
is. Like when I go to the video store, although I don't really do that very often. So this article kind of goes on to talk about a bunch of other movies, and they get more and more ridiculous. Like, for example, there was A Good Day to Die Hard, which became Die Hard Last a Day. It's not so bad, I guess. One of the really funny ones was, what is it, the Men Who Stare at Goats, which was Yagi to Otoko to Otoko to Otoko to...
Kabe.
What was it?
Kabe, right? Well,
Right. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's
so-
it's like a goat, a man, and a wall. I guess. A man and a wall,
like
and
they looked at that picture of the cover and was like, okay, let's just think of the title.
right. Somebody said like it looks like it was run through Google Translate. Another one that was pretty comical was Taken, the Liam Neeson flick. Became 96 hours. That one actually kind of makes sense because that was the deadline, or like the theoretical deadline that kidnap victims, the window that kidnap victims have, and if they're not found within 96 hours, and the chances of them being recovered is almost, nothing. But the second one came out, and they had to give it the same title, so they called it 96 Hours Revenge, which doesn't make any sense at all.
Ooh.
Some of the other funny ones included Sucker Punch became Angel Wars.
That movie sucked anyway.
Yeah, all right. I mean, Sucker Punch doesn't really make any much more sense than Angel Wars. Why not?
They should have changed the name to Skank Off.
Skank Off with really awesome special effects. Another funny one was Hurt Locker, which translates into Hato Rokka. Hato is
Could mean heart.
yes, exactly, yeah. So of course, hurt when you read it in Japanese katakana becomes hato, which
Yeah.
also can be read heart, as in like lovey-dovey Valentine's, send a dozen roses to your lover, heart.
Oh, the languages that don't have enough vowels.
And
So it could be Heart Locker, Heart Rocker,
Yes.
or Hurt Rocker.
right, so rokka can also be translated, can be read as rocker, like heavy metal rocker. So yeah, it was Hurt Locker, Heart Locker, Heart Rocker, or
Seems like one of the movies they should have given a Japanese title.
Hurt Locker.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about the title of the movie, even in English, it
Hurt Locker, it's not really clear what it's about.
no, yeah, not at all. I mean, it's a great title, and it really kind of I don't know, it kind of captures the essence of the movie, but it doesn't really give anything about it away. My favorite one, and the one that I cracked up for a good 5 minutes last night, I got it all out of my system, was Syriana, and I never thought about this before, but Syriana, the flick with George Clooney, Matt Damon, and who's the other one? Jafari Raito? Whatever.
Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright, there we go, thanks. Can be read in 4 katakana characters, which is shiri, that's 1, 2, and ana, that's 3, 4. Shiri in Japanese means butt or hips. Ana in Japanese means hole. So kind of when you read the title, essentially it kind of translates into butthole, which
You'd have to put the particle no in between.
That's true, yeah.
But
But
Shiri no ana.
But if you did get rid of that particle, Syriana does essentially translate into to butthole. I haven't seen the movie, but I'm pretty sure there is nothing about a butthole in it.
No,
They should have changed the cover art too.
it's a pretty bleak movie too.
Was it? Yeah, again, that's one of the movies I haven't seen. Anyway, pretty funny. Can you guys think of any other interesting examples? I do know like Biohazard is one that I think cuts the opposite direction.
Biohazard becomes Resident Evil everywhere else.
Yeah. Well, Biohazard was originally a game published in Japan by Capcom, wasn't it? That goes from Japan to the U.S., not the U.S. to Japan, I believe, right?
I don't know.
Wait,
I remember Up
Well,
became this ridiculous long time. I think it was like Karuji-san and Flying House or something.
Yeah, it's like Karuji-san no tonderu ie or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I was like, what?
I mean,
it cuts the other way.
the Miyazaki
Classic
films.
Japanese movies that they've marketed in the U.S. For example, the Kurosawa classic Ikiru, which means to live, got changed to Doomed in the English version.
Really? I didn't know that.
And I guess that is kind of the theme of the movie if you watch it, but it seems so much more negative that way.
There's like Miyazaki's Sen Tochihiro no Kamikakushi, which is Spirited Away.
That sounds nice though.
Well, yeah, I mean,
It's okay.
it makes sense, and it's kind of like a play on words. But I mean, it's pretty different from the title.
Wow, I never knew the Japanese title for that.
So, yeah, it's Sen Tochihiro no Kamikakushi.
Yeah, it's really long.
It is pretty long. What are some of the other ones? The rest of them are pretty normal.
I can tell you some classic samurai movies like, for example, Dai Busatsu Toge, which means Dai Busatsu Pass. It's the name of a mountain pass. Became Sword of Doom in English.
I didn't know that. You got that.
Yeah, it's just they're trying to go with the theme of the movie and the way they want to market it.
Right. Huh.
There was one more. It's not coming to me right now.
Anyway, if you,
Sugar Rush.
Heaven and Hell.
Sugar Rush. What was Sugar Rush in Japanese? Oh, that's what
Sugar
it was in
Rush
Japanese.
was Japanese.
What was it in Wreck-It Ralph?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, well,
I think they called it Sugar Rush because of the theme song that
the
AKB48
song.
played.
Yeah, that's right.
Which I actually kind of enjoyed, by the way.
It's catchy.
Shamefully.
Yeah, well, that's all right. Your secret's safe with us. Nobody else is watching.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, guys, we got to take a quick break. We're getting pretty close to the 15-minute mark, but I did prepare a well, it's not really for this show, but I did prepare a video. It's all about Ninja. Hope you guys enjoy it. As always, we've got lots of great stories on the other side of the break, so yeah, stick around. See you in a bit, guys. Bye.
With the arguable exception of pirates, there's nothing cooler than a ninja. But there's some myth-busting that has to be done about these elusive figures in Japanese history. If you happen to find yourself in feudal Japan, you are less likely to come across a ninja battling a giant snake with a summoned toad than you were to come across a seemingly regular-looking peasant wearing something like this. Because that's what ninjas did. They tried to blend in, and nothing says I'm not blending in more than battling a giant snake with your massive summoned toad. In contrast to their more honor-bound counterparts, the samurai, ninja, or shinobi as they were often called, were a loosely bound group of multifunction mercenaries and covert agents whose duties included espionage, infiltration, sabotage, assassination, and on rare occasions open combat. The Sengoku period was an era of almost constant war in Japan, filled with social upheaval, political intrigue, and where the shinobi most likely originated. I say most likely because historians are still a bit unclear on this, and some believe that shinobi were sneaking around the country almost 200 years before the Sengoku period. It turns out it's actually pretty tough to trace the history of a group of people whose job it was not to be traced. Becoming a ninja was tough. First, you had to be born into it, and oh, the training you had to go through. In addition to the standard repertoire of martial arts, survival skills, and scouting techniques, you were expected to be proficient in poisons, explosives, medicine, and have an in-depth knowledge of a wide variety of professions, so you could blend into the civilian population if the need arose. On top of that, long-distance runs, climbing, stealth walking, and stealth swimming were all musts for the mid-15th century ninja. The ninja were really sneaky and not always very honorable, dressing as the enemy to cause confusion and even firing upon the backs of friendly troops, causing them to charge backwards in order to facilitate a retreat, were not below the ninja. Diverting the enemy with fire, hiding among the foliage in trees, spreading plant life over the surface of the water in an effort to conceal movement, and even curling up in a ball to imitate a rock were all among the techniques employed by the ninja to carry out their clandestine tasks. In addition to disguising themselves among the civilian population, ninja also used a wide variety of tools and weapons. Hand claws, climbing cleats, climbing hooks, concealed cane swords, caltrops, throwing darts, chain and sickle weapons, and the list goes on. Pretty much since their inception, ninja have been all over pop culture, and there are quite a few mystical abilities that are attributed to them. Flight, invisibility, shapeshifting, and the ability to split into multiple bodies are often claimed as skills possessed by the ninja. One Nakagawa Shoshujin once claimed in writing that he had the ability to change into birds and other animals. While these skills were probably not part of actual ninjutsu training, it's easy to see how the ninja techniques inspired by elements of nature could lead to some pretty fantastic storytelling. But all that glitz aside, there's still quite a bit of historical haze and legend surrounding the ninja. And you know what? That just means they were pretty darn good at doing their jobs. After all, you never really know the truth about a ninja until it's too late. Thanks for watching this episode of The Japan Show. If you have any questions or suggestions for future episodes, please leave a comment below. And if you want to see more episodes like this one, head over to youtube.com/watchthejapanshow and subscribe.
Welcome back to the Bad Communication Netcast.
Welcome back, guys. Yeah,
Kagebunshi no Jutsu.
Kagebunshi no Jutsu. Yeah, I was thinking about trying to put in some some images of ninjas in pop culture, but I was pretty sure that those are going to be flagged with copyright infringement violations. I had no idea the YouTube content ID match system actually did video in addition to images. That's pretty amazing, actually. So it's not just audio. Like if you upload a copyright audio track to YouTube, it flags it, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But if you upload copyrighted images and video to YouTube, it'll also flag it. And I was pretty sure if I put a picture of like Naruto up there, it
Just say educational purposes and you'll pass.
yeah. Like so, I mean, the U.S. has we do have the fair use policy, but apparently that fair use policy simply does not exist in Japan.
Well, I heard it doesn't matter because YouTube is based in San Bruno, California, so it doesn't matter where on the planet you are, it's California law.
Has to, but I mean, if the video was hosted in Japan, for example, doesn't it have to adhere to Japanese copyright law? Like
No.
if it's on a server in Japan.
I don't think so.
Really?
The company is an American company.
But I mean, you still have to adhere to local laws. Perhaps. Anyway, I hope you guys learned something about ninja. Anyway, shall we jump on to
I'm not a lawyer, by the way.
Yeah, neither am I.
I should say that.
I know the galaxies either. Although he might be. Does
In
look very
dimension.
does look very lawyerly. Anyway, guys,
Objection.
why don't we skip this this next story? I think I've been doing a little bit too much talking. Why don't we jump onto the rocket robot story? Do you mind picking that one up, Andrew?
Oh boy. Okay, so the first talking humanoid robot astronaut has been sent into space this week. Kirobo, as he has been named, which is a cross between the words Kibo, which means hope, and Roboto, which means robot. Was launched this week out of the Space Center. What is the name of the Space Center? This is professional. It was in Kagoshima Prefecture in Kyushu. Tamashigawa?
The name of the island is Tanegashima.
Tanegashima, that's right. Sorry about that. And he's bound for the International Space Station, where it is hoped he will provide companionship for Koichi Wakata, the Japanese astronaut who's scheduled to get there in November. And he's really cute, kind of a Astro Boy manga type design.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry, no.
It doesn't really seem like he does anything besides just kind of be cute and talk, does it?
Right, well, it says that it's hoped he will provide emotional support to Wakata, which it kind of seems strange to me. I mean, there are other astronauts on the International Space Station.
But this robot only speaks Japanese, so...
Yeah, that was my other question. So it's only for him.
Right.
Which, it's going to be in the Japanese-funded and the Japanese-run section of the station, so they can do whatever they want.
Right. Kind of an interesting side note. This robot's actually developed by a car company. It's developed by Toyota, which is kind of appropriate or seemingly appropriate in Japan since everybody's favorite humanoid robot, Asimo, is developed by Honda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and apparently it employs the latest in Toyota's speech recognition and artificial intelligence software. It's kind of cool, I guess. The whole idea is to kind of test out the viability of robot-human interaction in the future.
It's cool, but it kind of struck me as them just sending toys up into space.
Yeah, it's kind of a publicity stunt, I think, for Toyota. You can see the Toyota branding in big letters all over the robot's right shoulder.
But they said that the biggest challenge was to make sure that he could talk and move in zero-G. So I saw a video of them testing it on a special aircraft.
Oh, the Vomit Comet?
Yeah.
The one that flies the parabolas?
It seemed to work all right.
Oh, really? I don't know why. I think I saw that same video with the robot, and one of the suggested videos was not robots on the Vomit Comet, but it was cats. Cats in zero-G. And I thought, like, oh, this is going to be kind of funny. It was pretty sad, though. I felt so bad for those cats.
Yeah.
They were freaking out pretty badly. Anyway, yeah, it's kind of big news, I guess. This little robot's going to be going up into space. This is the herald of the robot apocalypse that I've been preaching for the past couple of years.
Right now they're in space, so now they're going to build attack satellites.
Do you guys ever see the movie Mission to Mars with? Oh wait, no. There were two movies about going to Mars. One of them was Mission to Mars. The other one was Red Planet. I forgot. Whichever one has the killer robot called Amy. No. Oh, that's right. You guys don't watch crappy movies like I do.
The one that I saw parts of was the one that had Val Kilmer in it.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. I think that was Red Planet.
I think that was Red Planet.
They sent up a robot called Amy, which was like a tactical military robot that they repurposed for exploration and assistance. And it gets like struck by lightning or something, or it gets like exposed to gamma radiation, and it kind of goes nuts and scours the planet, killing all the members of the team.
Man,
So what's gonna happen?
Hollywood has ruined everybody's images of robots.
Yeah, well, it's kind of scary, I guess. But I mean, that's one of the interesting things about a lot of the research that's coming out of Japan. It's not just like building cool robots, which is pretty awesome, but it's building robots that people can get along with. Like, a lot of scientists or people who specialize in this field have pretty much come to the conclusion that if you build robots that are bigger than people, the same size as people, it's going to scare the crap out of them, even if they're really well programmed, even if they're probably not going to go crazy and kill you. People want and feel most comfortable around robots that either look absolutely nothing like robots, or if they do, are much smaller than you. So probably in the future, unless there's some big paradigm shift in the social perception of robots, you're gonna be coexisting with robots that are like, I don't know, 4 foot tall, maybe a meter tall. You're not gonna be walking around with human-sized iRobots, probably, or at least that's probably what you're gonna feel most comfortable with. Anyway, guys, I think we have time for just maybe one more story. We're brushing up on 30 minutes. Do you want to take the calligraphy, life expectancy, or facial treatment one? You want to do facial treatment and with a bang or splats, whichever?
Okay, why not?
Thanks, Alex.
I started reading this and then I quickly stopped reading it.
Yeah, you probably...
Because this is about clients who pay $180 for bird feces facials at New York Spa.
It's not
the things people do for beauty.
I was about to say, it's not as bad as it sounds, but it really is as bad as it sounds. This is a scam. This has got to be a hoax.
Hey, welcome to the world of cosmetics.
Apparently it doesn't smell that bad, though.
Yes, do you mind telling us a little bit about this?
Let's see. So bird droppings for beauty. This is actually traditional Japanese treatment by importing, it's called uguisu, bush warbler excrement mixed with rice bran, to
So
rub
it's a
all over your
specific
face.
kind of bird.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I'm sure you guys have heard uguisu before. They make that very distinct, like... No, that's not it. You can definitely hear it. They're everywhere, and they do make a very distinct call.
All I can hear is cicadas recently.
Yeah, there are quite a few of them out.
Is that the bird that goes like, ho?
No, I mean, I can't even hear you guys.
Yes,
I can
yes.
only
There it
hear
is.
cicadas.
What is it?
Ho. Yeah.
I tried to.
Sounds really nice, yeah.
It does. I try to imitate that. My wife just rags on me endlessly because I can't do it. Hokikyo?
Hokekyo.
Hokekyo.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very typical bird.
So the enzymes in the poop apparently exfoliate the skin, makes your face all nice and soft and smooth.
Yep. That's why Japanese grandmothers have beautiful complexions, say Duke Klauk, owner of the 10,000 Waves Health Spa in Santa Fe, New Mexico, which offers a nightingale facial for $129. So yeah, apparently this particular spa that's offering the treatment is owned by a Japanese, or is run by a Japanese woman who married an American man, and they charge $180 a pop. I don't know. I think we should kind of move out of the podcasting or netcasting business and get into selling bird excrement to the United States.
Yeah, and you can just say it comes from Japan, and people go, "Oh, Japan! Wow,
It must be
really
super
good
effective.
then."
Does it smell? You might ask. Yes, but it smells like toasted rice.
Huh.
Sounds delicious.
That sounds kind of appeasing, I guess.
Fun fact, bird poop is actually also bird urine, just in case you guys wanted to know. Birds don't pee, or they don't pee in the same way that other animals do. And only $180 a pop, right?
Okay.
The more
Well,
you
according
know.
to a cosmetic dermatologist, Dr. Michelle Green, says that while the fecal facial definitely has some rejuvenating effect, I don't think it's any different than, say, an apricot scrub or a mask that you could buy at a local pharmacy.
Oh, we did talk about the snail facial treatments. I think it was last week or a couple weeks ago, letting like little live snails crawl over you. A while ago, we talked about the Dr. Fish, which apparently is like outlawed in the United States because of health concerns. Just the many ways people will try to stay beautiful and young. All right, guys. I think
Yeah, it's also what the birds eat apparently,
what do
because
Oh, yes.
the
of course.
last quote is, "We don't do Central Park facials because those birds eat garbage."
Hey, yeah, it's just like
That would be pretty disgusting, actually.
like pigeon poop. Yeah, it'd be pretty nasty. It's just like
free though. Go rub your face all over the pigeon poop in Central Park. Same effect. The smell is nice.
It's just like that coffee from Indonesia that I bought you a package of, Andrew. The Kopi Luwak coffee.
Yeah, it's a gimmick.
I mean, yeah, you said like it didn't taste any different than kind of what you were used to.
I think it tasted worse, actually.
Really? It was damn expensive coffee. I was taken. I was had. Anyway, guys, we got to wrap up the show. Any last things you want to mention before we head out? No, probably not.
Nope.
Check out Subtokyo, youtube.com/Subtokyo, and Tokyo Food Time. All right, guys.
Yes, Tokyo Food Time.
Yeah, if you'd like to find our show notes with links to all the articles we talked about today, you can find it at badcommunicationjapan.com. It has all sorts of information, like our contact address, as well as some fun stuff about the show. So go there and check it out. It's worth it. Don't forget, we are live every Monday night at 10 a.m. in Japan, which is Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Should probably change that to Monday morning.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
What? Did I make a mistake? I'll make
It says Monday nights at 10 a.m.
whatever. Monday morning at 10 a.m.
You could still be sleeping. It could be
It's
night.
Monday night somewhere. All right, guys, we got to get the hell out of here for now. So once again, my name is Hiroki Matsuuchi,
I'm Andrew Hawkins.
And I'm Alex Kobayashi.
and this is Bad Communication. We bring you the news out of Japan, sort of. All right, guys, we got to go. See you next time. Bye-bye.
See ya.
All right.
You got a mail. Sorry.
You got mail.
You've got mail.
You got a mail.
You've got a mail.
You've got zombies. I knew somebody who had that. That's
I
So-
always mix up Napoleon Dynamite with Monty Python. That's a pretty, you've got some skills. What else? Alex has moved apartment. His background is
Yes, I
different.
did. And I didn't measure up widescreen, so you can see part of my wall and part of my curtains.
We could just do like those little black bars on the
Wait,
side.
Alex also moved?
Yep.
Oh,
I was in the process for a long time. I moved like literally across the street, so it didn't really feel like a grand move or anything. But
so I was about to ask.
Didn't you see the update on the Subtokyo YouTube channel?
No.
what update?
Oh, I don't know. How did I hear about it?
Oh, because I'm vlogging it on my other channel.
Okay.
Vlog me, Alex.
Maybe that's
Should
it.
I say that?
We're still
Should I
live.
continue to say that I'm broadcasting from Osaka?
I don't know. It's up to
'Cause
you.
it feels like I still live there. I still work there.
Right.
I'm just a couple of cities over now.
Yeah, sure. Osaka's fine.
I'm not in Osaka proper. I'm actually in the neighboring prefecture. So
Hmm. I don't know. It's up to you. Osaka's much more recognizable than
that's the Nishinomiya.
Nishinomiya. It's up to you. It doesn't matter, though. I mean, you could just say Japan.
From Japan.
Japan.
From
All of us.
Kansai.
Everybody assumes that we're all live in Tokyo anyway.
Hiroki from Japan.
Because all of Japan is Tokyo.
Isn't it? I mean, I live just on the outsides of Tokyo. 7 hours on the outsides of Tokyo. Outskirts of Tokyo. All right.
I actually have to work today.
What? Really?
Not for 5 more hours, but still.
Okay. All right. Well, in that case, thank you very much to everybody who watched the live show. Don't forget, I will be back next week at this same time.
That we will.
So, yeah, see you guys then.
And we'll be more awake, hopefully.
Yep. Maybe. Probably not,
Probably
though.
not.
No. Maybe less
Maybe.
awake. All right.
Maybe.
See you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
Later. Look at that. Exactly 40 minutes.